Excess energy and aggression need to be put somewhere. In the wild, the bull needs to protect the herd. But in a city or village surrounded by people, you have to look for other ways to let off steam. To do this, the bull was given an empty passenger car to be torn to pieces. It's an amazing sight, because the animal lifts a piece of metal 3 times heavier than itself on its horns. The bull strikes powerful blows that leave dents the size of an adult's head. The bumper flies off, the parts break, the body bends. If there was still a chance to fix this car before meeting with the animal, then now it can simply be handed over for scraps. For a bull, this car is like a punching bag for a heavyweight fighter. Just a nice way to spend time. When a herd of buffaloes came to drink, suddenly a huge hippopotamus got out of the water. These aggressive beasts have obvious anger control problems. Just don't try to hint to them about therapy. It only pisses them off more. As soon as a stranger comes to the territory of a hippopotamus, the animal goes into some kind of frenzy. With the weight of about 4 tons, armed with fangs almost as long as an adult's arm, and even under the protection of a dense and thick hide, the hippopotamus causes danger in other animals and can drive anyone away. Except buffaloes. If the family wants water, it will get water. The leader will distract the aggressor on himself, and the rest will support the leader. Dominic Toretto would be proud of these horned ones because they know what the value of a family is. A huge bear came out of the forest to catch a domestic cow. He sure underestimated the ungulates. Not only were they not scared, but they went to get acquainted with the bear with the whole herd. As a result, the predator just ran away. And this is an ordinary domestic cow. The tiger is one of the few predators on the planet that can handle an adult bull one-on-one. This huge cat surpasses even a lion in strength and can break a buffalo's neck with a blow of its paw. During the attack, she uses a cool fighting technique. She throws herself on her neck and does a somersault in flight. This is acrobatics. The purpose of such a trick is to bring down the bull, despite his 2-fold weight advantage. The plan was effective. The tiger hung onto the victim and had already reached the throat. It was not possible to break the neck, but still the buffalo had only a few minutes of desperate struggle. At least that's what the tiger thought, but he didn't know which bull he was messing with. And it's not the strength of this animal, but the fact that he has loyal friends. There was a group of these buffaloes nearby, and the tiger decided all these ungulates would run away in fear. Mistake. They tried to fight off a kinsman. However, the tiger was not only able to defend the prey, but even rebuffed the bulls and chased them. That was the decisive moment. It turned out that this was a tactical trick. The bulls only pretended to be scared in order to force the tiger to abandon the victim. And when the tabby cat started chasing them, the ungulates suddenly turned around to counterattack. They went into a frontal attack to trample this predator. The tiger had to flee. Unfortunately, the bull's cunning plan worked too slowly. The injuries of the wounded bull turned out to be too strong, so the striped cat will still get her lunch. But it is unlikely to ever approach this herd again. After all, these bulls know how to play with tactics and strategy. Who knows what kind of trap they will come up with the next enemy this time. Bulls often fight with other herbivorous horned animals. For example, there may be a duel between a buffalo and a yak. Musk oxen and yaks are quite rare animals with a limited habitat. Because of their massive hunchbacked bodies, they may seem clumsy, but do not underestimate the monstrous strength of these creatures. Musk oxen live in the northern regions of Eurasia and America. They are quite distant relatives of ordinary bulls. But the yaks, on the contrary, are closer to them genetically. Yaks live in the mountainous regions of China and other countries of the Himalayan region. According to one of the laws of biology, the further into the cold climatic zones, the stronger and larger the local animals become. Therefore, it is not surprising that musk oxen are much heavier than half a ton, with a height of about 5 feet. Just look at how this musk oxen, for the sake of training, smashes a huge log as tall as a man into splinters. With each blow, huge chunks fly off the tree. The musk ox rushes to the target at the speed of a projectile. And this despite the fact that the animal is just having fun. Surprisingly, the duel of this buffalo and a yak looks unexpectedly noble. Unlike the cruel rhinoceros, which tries to pierce the victim with constant stabbing blows, both ungulates collide in a frontal attack and simply try to overpower each other without unnecessary violence. It seems that for them, it is something like a sport. After all, they do not compete for the females, a place in the herd, or a territory. Maybe it's really just entertainment for them. What do you think? The snow leopard is one of the few animals that can defeat a yak. This panther is smaller than a tiger or lion, but also has great strength and agility. However, this time the spotted predator contacted the wrong enemy. He attacked the yak calf, hoping for easy prey. The cub almost gave up, but his mother was not afraid of the enemy's fangs and claws. Yaks are large animals. Males can reach a weight of about a ton and a height of up to 7 feet, up to 2 meters. Females are much smaller, but their size also inspires respect. This cow went on the attack and recaptured her offspring with lightning speed. The snow leopard was almost trampled by sharp hooves, and he had to run to look for prey with a less strong character and powerful horns. There are regions of Asia and Africa where wild bulls coexist with domestic ones that are on free grazing, and there are often conflicts between them. Strangely enough, but life next to a man has not pampered a domestic bull at all, which gives a powerful rebuff to its wild cousin. Just look at how confidently he pushed his opponent away. An indomitable power that you don't expect from a pet. This was in vain. After all, these animals spend a lot of time in an open area, so they have to repel the attacks of not only uninvited hoofed guests, but also predators. It builds character. The buffalo realized too late that he had contacted the wrong opponent when he came to this field. He expected that he would get juicy grass and possibly the females of the herd. But instead, he got crushing blows. The bull not only repels the wild buffalo, but also strikes him with his horns in the neck area. Both animals are at risk because they cling to each other and can seriously injure their eyes with the sharp tips of their horns during a power struggle. Fortunately, this is not happening. The bulls beat each other several times, converge in the fight, while the cows watch the outcome of the duel with interest. Interesting. Who do you think they're rooting for? The duel of two gars looks especially impressive. This is the name of the largest representatives of the bull family. Their weight can reach 2 tons at a height of more than 2 feet, more than 2 meters. They live in tropical regions of Asia, so they have very short fur. Every steel muscle under the polished hide stretches like a string when 2 males come together in a duel. They butt heads and try to avoid sharp blows with sharp horns, but at the same time they powerfully ram each other with the shock part of the head and sweep away everything in their path during with such a duel. It is not surprising that even young Indian elephants give in to Gar with his pressure and combat capabilities. A horned animal can push an inexperienced elephant into the depths of the jungle to feel freely in a spacious field. Only a tiger can pose a threat to Gar, but if the cat does not manage to sneak up unnoticed, she will have to retreat. Otherwise, the horns of the ungulate will show that it is better to get involved with somebody else. And what could the bull surprise you with? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so that we can see each other more often.